Kirill wakes up inside a police car, looking bruised after what has been a long night. Shortly after, the police officers open up the car and wonder what he's still doing there, since they had already released the others who were picked up randomly that night. As they struggle to remember why he was even picked up in the first place, the officers tell Kirill it's his lucky day, and with that, he's released. He then opens the map application on his phone to get directions to go home. As it turns out, the last 24 hours have been very eventful for Kirill, whose misfortune started on the previous night while he was trying to sing and profess his love to his girlfriend Anna. Anna has just finished up with a meeting she had with a man named Anton. He tells her that she has been accepted into his organization and that while it's good, she won't be able to travel out of the country for a while. Anna doesn't seem to have a problem with this, and Anton soon drops her off. As Anna walks home, Kirill appears to her in a mascot costume to recite a poem he had written for her, while his friend Kotya, who is a photographer, records everything. Anna doesn't seem to appreciate it, as she seems offended by Kirill's choice of words in the poem. Kirill says sorry and gives her birthday cards, but she's not too pleased with it because her birthday was on the previous day. Anna seems to have had enough of him anyway, so she returns the cards and breaks up with him, saying she already has a new job and a new boyfriend, before entering her house. The same night, Kirill and his friend Kotya head over to Kirill's office, where a party is being thrown to celebrate a game that Kirill made. Kirill's boss congratulates him on the game, and Kirill also takes a couple of pictures with his colleagues and well-wishers who call him a genius. At the party, Kirill sees Kotya sitting alone, and when he joins his friend, he sees Kotya watching the video of Anna breaking up with him. He also takes a look at it, and Kotya tells him not to worry too much about it because lately Anna hasn't been herself and her rise to the top has been quite suspicious, so it's probably for the best. Kirill agrees with Kotya and says he wants to go home so he'll be able to walk his dog that night. Kotya drops Kirill off at his apartment before heading home. As Kirill enters his apartment, he notices something different, and even worse, he sees a lady named Renata in the house. She claims the room belongs to her, and this almost makes Kirill lose his mind. Because of the confusion, the cops are brought in to clarify what is happening. However, all the documents Renata presents show that the apartment belongs to her, even though Kirill's neighbors claim they don't know Renata and that Kirill is the one who lives there. With sufficient proof from Renata and the fact that Kirill cannot find any of the documents that show it's his apartment, the cops ask him to leave the building. On his way out, he tries to claim his dog, but even his dog doesn't seem to remember him. Kirill then has to leave on his own and spend the night at Kotya's place. While talking about what had happened at his apartment, Kirill says he wonders how Renata was able to remodel the house quite fast, though he says she'll be the one who loses eventually, because he'll get back his apartment after visiting the Municipal Services Center the following day. In the morning, Kirill and Kotya head out to reclaim the house, with Kotya recording them. But in all the offices Kirill visits, there is no record of him owning the apartment. Seeing as he's in a mess he doesn't understand yet, and he needs money, he goes to the office to see his boss. On getting to the office, he is surprised that he is not recognized by anyone. The same thing happens when he meets his boss, who thinks Kirill is even there to apply for the open position of video game designer, which had been Kirill's role in the company. At this point, Kirill wonders whether he's being pranked, but his boss, who doesn't seem to know him anymore, hands out his card and asks Kirill to come for an interview on another day. Kirill heads out to the reception and challenges a co-worker who also doesn't recognize him. Since they took pictures together during the party last night, Kirill takes her phone and tries to prove that she knows him, but he discovers that all the photos have been completely erased from his phone. Things go from bad to worse for Kirill as he goes back to see Kotya, and he doesn't recognize Kirill anymore. Still confused and terrified about what is happening, Kirill calls his dad, who happens to be in town. Kirill goes to meet him at the park, and on getting there, his dad waves at him and asks him to wait while he finishes signing some books. However, a photographer takes a picture right in front of Kirill's dad, and the bright light from the camera seems to affect him, as he suddenly can't recognize Kirill, even though he had just waved at him. Kirill is beyond shocked as his father says he doesn't even have a son. With this, Kirill realizes that something is truly going on. Kirill decides to head back to his apartment, but as he tries to break in, his neighbor, who had defended him last night when the cops were around, doesn't seem to remember him. In fact, she thinks he's a burglar. But Renata surprisingly comes to his aid, saying Kirill is an old friend. Kirill is surprised by Renata's actions and asks who she is and what she wants with him because he knows someone is trying to erase his identity. Renata only jokes about how Kirill has lost everything, and out of frustration, he goes into the kitchen and brings out a knife to threaten Renata. Despite having a knife pointed at her, Renata doesn't seem scared at all. Instead, she pours her drink into Kirill's face and then holds his hand to let him stab her. Kirill tries to resist her attempts, while she also shouts for help, but Renata successfully lets Kirill kill her. Things aren't looking good for Kirill, and as he tries to leave the house, a man who heard Renata's call for help enters the apartment and knocks Kirill out, thinking he was trying to run away after killing Renata. Those series of events explain how Kirill found himself inside the police car before he was released. While following the map, Kirill is directed to a tower and enters it to find a room where he sleeps on a bed almost immediately. The next day, when Kirill wakes up, he sees that the apartment has changed, and to his surprise, a carpet also magically appears to cover the bare floor. Kirill runs downstairs, and when he goes to open the door, it leads to a snowy place, with a man coming in and telling him he has a mail. As Kirill questions the man as to what he means, Renata appears through another door and tells him the mail is really for him. Seeing Renata is a shock to Kirill, and as he approaches her, she tells him that she didn't die. She also tells him to get the mail from the mailman, and he does just that. After the mailman leaves, Renata tells Kirill that the door he opened earlier leads to a perfect and welcoming world called Kimgim, and that he'll be the gatekeeper to the place. She also tells him the tower is an intersection of the different worlds, and it will be his new house. As she takes him through a tour of the house, she also teaches him how to magically get new clothes and whatever he wants by just wishing for it. This seems to work, and Kirill is impressed. However, he says he's not interested in whatever Renata wants him to do. Renata says that in the normal world, he's going to be identified as a murderer, and the only way he'll be safe is to stay in the tower. She goes further to tell him that he's going to be the customs officer, who will be like the gatekeeper to Kimgim. Kirill sees that he's got no option and agrees to stay and read the rule books that the mailman brought for him. When Renata leaves, Kirill begins to read and get familiar with everything in the book. He also calls Kotya and has to pretend to be interested in a job at his studio so he can see his friend. Kotya picks a meeting spot to interview Kirill and also get to see his portfolio. Later that day, Kirill meets Kotya and lures him into following him back to the tower to check more pictures that will convince Kotya to give him the job. When they get to the tower, Kirill shows Kimgim to him, and Kotya can't believe it's real. Kirill also gets to show off his magic as he's able to get Kotya the most expensive drink in the world just by wishing for it. After a while, Kotya asks Kirill to let them take a tour of Kimgim, but Kirill resists, saying he still doesn't know much about the place. Not long after, Anton brings along Anna to go into Kimgim. Like everyone else, Anna doesn't recognize Kirill, but seems to know who Kotya is. Anton says he's going into Kimgim to show Anna around and have dinner at a place called the White Rose. Kirill can't help but be jealous as he watches Anton and Anna head out to Kimgim. Seeing as he still loves Anna and wants to get her back, Kirill doesn't care anymore about not knowing about Kimgim before going in. He goes through the things brought by the mailman and finds the location of the White Rose before heading into Kimgim with Kotya. While they're inside Kimgim, Kirill and Kotya realize that Kimgim is an alternate and very peaceful version of their own world. They soon locate the White Rose, but a big robot attacks them after they go in. Kirill seems to have unique combat skills, and with that, he's able to fight off the robot. Just as he's about to finish it off, the robot escapes through a portal. Kotya happens to take pictures of everything as it happens, and as both men take a look at it, blood suddenly starts dripping from the ceiling to land on Kotya's phone. Kirill and Kotya go up to find a lady named Rosa with a slit throat. She asks them for water, and as Kirill gives it to her, she starts to heal. Rosa tells Kirill that she's sorry for not protecting him from the attack, as there was nothing she could do because the curator of the world they're in wanted to test him. She tells him that he did quite well, and prepares a bath for him to clean up and take care of the wound he sustained in the fight with the robot. While in the bath, Kirill has several questions for Rosa about how he was picked, and also why they had to wipe off his identity. Rosa says the curators had been watching them for a long time, and they all got picked at the right time, with each of them having their own role to play in Kimgim as what she calls functionals. Also, she says his identity had to be wiped off, because being a part of the program makes him immortal, and if his identity wasn't wiped, it won't be long before people realized, and he'd also have to witness the death of those he loved. Rosa also tells Kirill that his power to heal will be harder when he's not at the tower, and that he can just keep drinking water to heal faster. As they're talking, Anton and Anna come into the White Rose, and Rosa has to attend to them. On the next day, Kirill wakes up and opens a new door leading to a beach. After spending some time there, Anton comes over to the customs office and tells Kirill that his job is to keep him under control and ensure he's operating in the right way without violating any rules. Later that day, Renata arrives with two people she says are from the inspection team. As part of the questions he has to face, Kirill is asked if he's comfortable, and he answers positively. Renata also seems to be impressed that Kirill has opened another door. Kirill asks her about the curator, but Renata just ignores the question and then gives him a neck chain, which she says is like a leash to ensure he doesn't go too far away from the tower. She says he's like Superman in the tower, but when he leaves, he will get weaker and the neck chain will start injuring him. However, it doesn't stop Kirill from leaving the tower and going into the city when Renata leaves. Kirill struggles to stay alive on the train he boards as he doesn't have water around, and his body also starts getting transparent. While some of the passengers believe he's on drugs, others help him until he gets water and starts healing, though they don't understand what happened to him. From there, Kirill heads over to his parents' house and hangs out with them while posing as a stranger sent by his mother's workplace to deliver something. On the next day, Anton brings Anna to the beach that Kirill just opened, and while Anna enjoys herself on the beach, a jealous Kirill questions Anton about his true intentions for her. Anton says he doesn't want anything from her, and they're not even dating or having an affair. Seeing as he still has a chance with her, Kirill goes to Anna's office the next day to confess his love for her. From how he talks and the fact that she seems to like him, Anna asks Kirill if they knew each other before, and he says yes. With that, they start going on dates and spending more time with each other. Later that night, there is a party at the White Rose for Kirill, and he arrives with Anna. Both Renata and Rosa are not pleased to see Anna. While Renata tells Kirill that he needs to cut Anna off, Rosa takes Anna to a different place and tells her that Kirill is a functional, and a relationship with him would be complicated. When Renata sees that Kirill is not interested in what she says, she tells Anna that she needs to leave Kirill alone as they're not a match, especially because functionals are not humans. Meanwhile, Kirill meets with a man named Felix. Felix says he was also like Kirill when he joined as a functional, and that Kirill can still get better. He also tells Kirill that even though the doors open new worlds, the one that the curators want is Arkan. He says Arkan is a model world that most people consider a myth because no one has been able to open a door to it. Before they end their conversation, Kirill asks Felix if it's possible to give up his function, but Felix says it's not something that is easy to do. Seeing as her presence is not welcomed at the party, Anna decides to leave, and when Kirill sees her leaving, he follows her. At that point, Rosa tells Renata that they have to do something about Anna, and Renata says she has already got that covered. Kirill tries to stop Anna from leaving, but she tells him she really wants to leave, so he doesn't stop her. As Anna walks away from the building, she is picked up by Anton's driver, who says he's been asked to take her home. However, it appears that the driver is working on instructions from Renata as he takes her past her house, leaving her worried about where he's really taking her. Elsewhere, a lady from the inspection team visits Kirill. She tells him about Arkan again, saying the plan of the curators is to use Arkan as a rough draft for their world. She says Arkan used to be a perfect world until it got hit with a nuclear bomb that destroyed the place, and studying what happened there can help them make their own world better. As they're talking, Anna calls Kirill repeatedly, but he doesn't answer his phone. When he finally answers it, her phone is out of coverage because Anton's driver has destroyed it and also attacked her, with Anna still not knowing where he's headed. The next day, Kirill opens another door leading to a world where he meets another customs officer named Vasilisa. She says her world is like a prison for those who have violated any of the curator's rules. As she continues to talk, a new set of prisoners is brought in, and Kirill sees that Anna is one of them. Kirill starts thinking of how to escape with her, and his opportunity comes when Vasilisa asks him to give a speech to all the prisoners. During the speech, Kirill asks the prisoners to appreciate Vasilisa by lifting her up, and as they all do that, he enters the crowd and takes Anna with him. However, he doesn't go too far before Vasilisa stops him. She says it's a violation of the code to take Anna out, and even if he does succeed, the curator will punish him. Kirill doesn't care as he only wants to take Anna to where she can be safe. Luckily, the prisoners distract Vasilisa again, and with that, Kirill manages to escape with Anna. When they arrive at his customs office, Kirill starts taking care of her until he notices someone at the door and sees that it's Kotya. However, Kotya refers to himself as the curator and that he has been the one behind everything. He triggers the leash to start injuring Kirill, and even though Kirill tries to retaliate with a knife, Kotya magically stops it. After a while, Kotya leaves Kirill as he's in pain, but he still manages to carry Anna out to the beach to heal themselves with the water. The next day, Kirill leaves Anna with a note, telling her he'll be back, and after that, he opens another door. This time, the door leads to Arkin, and coincidentally, Kirill meets another man who is also named Kirill. Arkin's Kirill takes the other Kirill around, and he also tells him that Arkin is the original world and other worlds, including Kirill's own, are a rough draft. Suddenly, Arkin's Kirill sees his namesake as a threat and gets all the robots to attack him. Kirill gets shot a couple of times, but he manages to avoid being killed by entering the river and making his way through a sewage tank to portal his way back to the customs office. On his return, he sees Renata there, and she says she has sent Anna somewhere else. Eager to confirm what Renata has said, Kirill runs towards the stairs to check his room for Anna, but Renata breaks the stairs. This results in a fight, and Kirill stabs Renata after a show of strength from both of them. Shortly after, the tower collapses, and in the midst of the rubble, Kirill receives a call from his mom, and it appears that his identity has been restored. After the call ends, Kirill tries to take one of the doors from the collapsed tower as he leaves, but Kotya shows up and stops him. Kirill says he needs it to get Anna back from where Renata sent her, but Kotya says he can no longer create portals to other worlds. He explains to Kirill that their world is now under threat, and until they save it, he won't be able to use the doors anymore. Kotya then tells him that they have to go and see Felix to decide what to do next. With this as his only chance to see Anna again, Kirill follows Kotya in his car, and they then head away. Thanks for tuning in. A thumbs up would be amazing because I've got some bills to pay.
Big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah.